In a quiet little town, right on the very edge, there stood a tree. But this wasn't just any tree. It was crooked, bent over at a sharp angle as if it were perpetually bowing. For years, the harsh winds had pushed and pulled at it, shaping it into something different. The townsfolk would often walk by, shake their heads, and mutter about how ugly it was. It wasn't straight and tall like the others. It didn't fit the picture of a perfect tree, so they assumed it was useless, a blemish on their otherwise tidy landscape. They saw its flaws, its imperfections, and nothing more. One sweltering summer day, a traveler stumbled into town. His feet were sore, his throat was parched, and the sun had been beating down on him for hours. He was exhausted, on the brink of collapse. He desperately needed a place to rest, a patch of shade to escape the relentless heat. His eyes scanned the landscape, passing over the tall, proud trees whose shadows were just narrow strips on the ground. Then, his gaze fell upon the crooked tree. Because of its unusual lean, the tree cast a surprisingly wide, generous shadow across the dry earth. It was a perfect, cool oasis in the middle of the heat. The traveler didn't see an ugly tree. He saw a sanctuary. He staggered over, collapsed into the cool darkness beneath its branches, and instantly fell into a deep, restorative sleep. The crooked branches, which others had scorned, protected him from the sun, sheltering him when he was most vulnerable. He woke up hours later, feeling refreshed and renewed. His strength returned. He looked up at the twisted limbs with gratitude before continuing his journey. Carrying the memory of the strange, life-saving tree, years went by, and the seasons changed. The town's children, full of energy and looking for adventure, discovered the crooked tree. For them, it wasn't ugly. It was a natural playground. The very branches that made it look so strange were perfect for climbing. They were low to the ground, easy to grab, and twisted in ways that made perfect handholds and footholds. It was safer and more fun than any of the straight, tall trees. Laughter soon filled the air around the once lonely tree as children scrambled up and down its sturdy, bent trunk. It became their secret fort, their castle, their ship sailing on a grassy sea. The tree that was once dismissed was now the center of joy and imagination. The elders of the town started to notice. They saw the happy children, and they remembered the story of the traveler who found refuge in its shade. They began to look at the tree with new eyes. The sharp bend was no longer a flaw. It was a feature that offered comfort. The twisted branches weren't ugly. They were an invitation to play. The townspeople got together and built a small, simple wooden bench right under the tree's wide canopy. It became a spot for anyone to sit, to rest, to watch their children play, or just to enjoy a quiet moment. They stopped calling it the crooked tree. Instead, it earned a new name, one spoken with affection and respect, the resting tree. It became a landmark, a symbol of their community. The villagers finally understood a profound lesson. What we might first see as imperfect, as flawed or ugly, often holds a unique and hidden value. Its very imperfections can be the source of its greatest strengths. That crooked tree taught them that true worth isn't about fitting a perfect image, but about the comfort, joy, and shelter we can offer to the world, just as we are. So next time you see something or someone that doesn't quite fit the mold, maybe take a closer look. You might just find something wonderfully, beautifully valuable. Thanks for watching. And if this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more. See you next time.